Hi, Elicia. How are you?
I'm great. Happy to see you guys.
Thank you. Thank you. For the rest of you out there, we will introduce ourselves formally. I am Rochelle Adams.
And I'm Anna Gilcher.
Collectively, we are Elevate Education Consulting. So that's who we are. And you see us out there in the world of the interwebs.
I'm Elicia Cardenas. I'm a curriculum mentor for Somos. So I work with Somos specifically to help teachers successfully implement the curriculum while also being a full-time teacher.
Awesome.
Yes. Hats off to you.
Yeah. I am back in that ring this year. I'm also a full-time upper school Spanish teacher, and I actually couldn't be happier. So I'm really excited. And actually it leads us to why we are on this call tonight, is that in my role now in the school where I'm teaching, I have a colleague who has gone through our live training of teaching with comprehensible input, the why, the what, and the how. And then she's also now using the Somos curriculum. And so she has noticed and came to me today, literally, was like, oh my gosh, I am having the best year ever. And was talking about how having the curriculum to guide her towards implementing what she learned as far as techniques go for providing CI has been just extraordinary for her this year. So yeah, that's that.
And because we have launched an online course now, not just an in-person course, but an online course that is actually credit bearing so that teachers all over the country can get up to 4 credits for a course called Teaching with Culturally Responsive Comprehensible Input. We wanted to check in with Elicia and Martina and have a conversation about how the training that we offer really gives people the support that they need to be able to implement successfully a fabulous curriculum like Somos.
So one of the things that I've noticed in part of my role with the Comprehensible Classroom is moderating our collaborative Facebook group, which is an amazing resource. We have like 5,000 plus members. It's a big group and it grows. I think we added something like 1,000 people this summer. It's growing like crazy. And so we have a lot of people who are in the situation where the Somos curriculum has been adopted for them, which is a really unique thing, right? And they're being handed the curriculum, or they've maybe heard about it and they know somebody who's having a lot of success with it, and they actually just don't know where to start. And both Martina and I believe really strongly in training, in getting the fundamentals of how to deliver your message so that your students understand what you're saying. So not just how to be comprehensible, but also how to be comprehended. And then how to really get to know your students and how to create that culture in your classroom. Those things don't come naturally and they don't come easily often. They're hard and they take training and skill and practice. And I think a lot of teachers see videos of somebody and their kids are like amazing and they speak in these full sentences and they're using the passé composé and they're in like French 1 and they don't have, and they feel really bad because they don't know how to get there. And so we're a huge proponent of training, because I'm not the teacher I am because I never went to training. I'm the teacher I am because I've invested thousands of hours in myself working with people like you guys and reading and videoing myself and trying things and reflecting on them. And I have been really privileged to be able to attend some conferences. I don't have kids. I think it's a huge barrier for a lot of people who want training, but can't necessarily get to a week-long conference for really good reasons. It's hard and expensive to get there. So I'm really
expensive part too is a big part of it, right? It's really expensive to travel and the hotel and everything. And that's part of why we wanted to provide a training that was available online that goes throughout the course of the year in little tiny bits, because it's also that experience when you go to a conference and it's like drinking from a fire hose where you just
Yes.
with so much information. And we are also earnest and we want to go back and implement and do it all, but then you get there and it's like shell shock come September. Or you go to a weekend conference and you come back and you give it a whirl again, but then 3 months from now, then what, And so we wanted to provide that like sustained support in how people are trained and to make it affordable, right? And that was the other clincher, is to make sure it was affordable for people to be able to do it. They could do it from home at any time they wanted. It's not even set at a specific time every week, like like going to a class at a community college or something would be like. So.
And what we did is that we created a year-long course that's delivered in tiny modules. So they're generally 20 minutes long or less. Yeah. And then those are delivered every other week. And on opposite weeks is a resource to support that. And the homework is to put one small thing into practice in your classroom for 2 weeks, right?
And then
each time.
On it.
And then reflect.
Yep.
What did you notice that was different, right? What did you notice is happening? How did you feel? How did the students feel, right? And by doing it that way, in this incredibly incremental way, we have seen amazing results where people just make these small changes and they start shifting their mentality little by little, and they're seeing that their teaching is just blossoming, and it's not hard and it's not scary and it's not overwhelming. I mean, it's wonderful. The resources we have available to us now, thanks to the internet and thanks to Facebook, are incredible. When you go on Facebook,
fire hose,
you could lose, you could spend 10 hours and be perhaps very inspired, and then you still don't have a lesson plan for Monday, right? So that combination of that curriculum together with the little pieces that we're asking people to reflect on and put into place, we really want to be able to offer that to people. And this year what we have is a cohort that is being created. So what people will get is not only the support from us and the little bits of incremental information over the course of the year that really build into something quite powerful, but a curated group of people that's a cohort for the year. And the way that we have conversation is in the portal of the course, but also just in a Google group on email. So it's not fancy in that way. It's not, you don't go onto Facebook so that you don't find yourself doing other things. You're either in the course portal or you're getting an email that's a discussion, or you can ask a quick question, and this cohort is being created. So we're really looking forward to being able to invite a group of people in to spend a year with us.
Well, and I think that's really important because we try really hard. I'm very proud of the group that we've created with our Facebook group, but we can't be there all the time, right? It's a big group. And I think there's something so powerful about teachers having a cohort of people who are experiencing the same thing, and then also having the more knowledgeable others to guide. That's a huge piece. I feel like, and also the bite-sized piece, because CI overwhelm, that is so real, and it's something I personally feel like it doesn't matter if you choose Somos. It doesn't matter if you choose any of the amazing resources that are out there, because there are so many.
Yeah.
And there's some that work better for some personalities and some that work better for others. Absolutely, in styles. And we're so fortunate to have that. But because there's so much, figuring out what you're going to actually use is really hard.
Yeah.
And one of the pieces that I feel like I'm often saying is like, pick one thing to teach and then focus on being understood. That's all you need.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
that's very difficult.
Yeah. And that's exactly what we guide people in, right? We are guiding people into how to make yourself comprehensible, how to make yourself compelling, and how to make yourself compassionate, right? How to open up that compassion in yourself so that you have the kind of culture in your classroom that you want.
That's right.
And that culturally responsive, comprehensible input, it's really important. And it's not in every training. I mean, really, frankly, what we offer is different in that way. We take you in all of the things you need to know for CI, and it's deeper because we have this very big commitment and this really deep experience with what is it to create a culturally responsive CI classroom.
Right. And the biggest thing I think that we help illuminate is that culturally responsive teaching and comprehensible input are not a bag of tricks. It's not just some little shiny thing that you can pull out, right? It is a way of being, it's a mindset, and it's an approach to how you are going to share this language with students and help them launch. So I'm excited that that we can actually just see this benefit back and forth between the Somos participants and users and people who are just hanging out in the Facebook group getting great information, and with what we're trying to get them throughout the year with a course. So
fantastic. I know that a lot of the challenges that Somos users encounter, some of them come with just not understanding some of the words, which I think you guys provide a lot of direction around that. But a lot of the challenges include assessment and classroom management. So how do you guys, like Somos provides assessment, but because of the mindset shift, the assessments don't look familiar, and grading them can be really, like, assessing and grading of course are different, but those can be kind of sticky points for people. How do you guys how do you guys support?
How do you support people, Rochelle?
Yeah, well,
how do we do that?
Basically, like, we have a whole segment of the course that is designed to address exactly this, and it's called Witnessing Progress, right? Where we really talk about how to assess, why to assess, you know, the way that you can shift in your approach to what you're looking for, etc. And I'm just super geeked out because this year I have this opportunity with my teaching to put these things into even more intimate practice than I was before. Oh my gosh. So we provide all of these different kinds of examples of ways to approach it, what it would look like, resources that you can grab that help you with assessment. For me, creating assessments was really difficult for a long time. Now it's something I feel really confident with because I shifted how I assess and what I assess so it matches and it feels right. Before, I think the reason I struggled with assessment is because I knew that it wasn't getting at what they actually knew. So this is, that's something that we actually spend a good amount of time on and really go into manageable bits and details around, you know, what does it look like and then how do you do it?
How do you witness progress in your students, right? Which is and assessment. But how do you also witness your own progress as a comprehensible input teacher and a culturally responsive CI teacher? Because part of what we need too, right, is we don't stay motivated when we don't see progress. Right. It's true for students, it's true for us, and it's true for what we see in students as well, right? So we need to be able to witness the progress that is happening. And so that's the stage 3 of our 5-stage course is witnessing progress, right? So understanding CI, providing CI, witnessing progress, witnessing progress, trusting the process, which, right, there's that point where it's like, I don't know if this is working, I don't know if I should do. So how do we trust it? And then coming back to deepening your practice. Those are the 5 stages. And we'll post that in the comments as well.
Yeah.
I really want to take the class. That sounds so cool.
You are totally welcome to.
That sounds, I really want to deepen my understanding of culturally responsive teaching and finding there's a lot of ways in which it intersects with Somos. And I know there are many more ways that I haven't even discovered, even though since meeting you guys, my 2nd year of implementing Somos, that's been my journey in how to really implement that work in my classroom practice. And there's a lot of ways to do it, and there's a lot of touch points, but I know there's more. And I know that I can deepen that.
Thank you. Oh, can we teach everybody the new breath?
Oh yeah, sure. So this I learned from Megan Hayes, who's a very gifted elementary teacher, and this is butterfly breath. So open the wings as you breathe in and close them. We should do another one.
Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much.
Thank you guys so much. I hope to see you in DC.
Yeah.
All right. Yes, we'll see you at ACTFul.
All right.
Bye.